website where your teams are. So I'll stop there. Scott, take it away.
All right. Well, I'm so excited this morning to be with everybody and to talk about what I think is going to be super exciting. Rita, do you want us to kind of explain the drafting of teams, or what would you like me to go into first?
Yes, well, I thought at the top here you could explain the vision of the challenge, and then Michelle's going to bring up the website and walk us through. And I think your inspiration, your vision of this challenge is exciting.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
Michelle, if you would bring it up, and we'll show
Yeah,
that each of the
and
board members has a team.
yeah, let's tee it up first. And so the idea, really getting into the entire baseball theme, is really that as members of the board, we would essentially become captains of our own team, and we would draft or cajole or somehow get people to join our team, and we would be filling out our team of essentially nine, where we would then have folks that would be joining our club. And then ultimately, of course, we want to get this kicked off earlier than later, because we would like to really have a large presence at our event in the first quarter of next year. And so that really is the idea. And I know we've talked to several of the board members, and everyone that we've talked to so far has been agreeable to doing something like this. And so that's kind of the tee up for it. And then Michelle has put up here, here are our teams. There's a lot of zeros on there so far, but there will be a race to see how fast we can fill up those teams with our players. And I think the reason that 5,000 is the goal is because we're the first that are on there, and then our 9 players.
Wonderful. And Scott, our audience today is board members as well as committee members. An idea for the committee members is to join one of the board's teams. I think that would be a great opportunity for members of the committees to do so. And if I could, Tony, I'd love for you to say a few words about Champions Unite, or just a little bit about your story, and we'd love to hear from you.
Sure. In terms of Champions Unite, it's at least by my opinion, it's been a very successful event we've been able to put on over the last few years, despite dealing with COVID and things of that nature. We have, I thought, done a really good job, and it's turned out as well as I could possibly hope for. In terms of my story, I grew up as a young kid with asthma, and as you guys know, in the 80s, 90s, we were still learning so much about how to treat the disease and whatnot. And I was fortunate enough to find Dr. Welsh, who my mom somehow tracked down, and honestly really changed my life in terms of just quality of life, and then obviously being able to turn that into being a professional athlete. It was, for a long time at that point, it was thought that you might not be able to be an athlete if you had asthma, but my father, who also had asthma, proved that to be wrong, and I was able to do so later on and as I got older. And so obviously, because of that, lung health is at the top of my list in terms of importance. And I realize that there are some communities that don't have the luxury of knowing this information, and so that has become a part of, I think, the mission, really getting the word out to some of the underserved communities as well. And so that's where my story really starts and ends. I am it's an honor to be on this board and serving in whatever way I can.
Thank you, Tony. You have provided us opportunities as a board, as an organization, that we could not have imagined. And everybody on this call has provided such amazing support as well. And we're grateful, Scott, and to all the members of the board for everybody's support. Tony, your story hits home with so many people, not only in our region, but throughout California and the nation. Champions Unite is on September 21st at 8 p.m. on Spectrum Sports Net. If you don't get Spectrum, we will also be live streaming it right on our site, lung.org. Please do go to the event website and register. It is free to view. And it will be promoted to 6 million viewers. The anticipated viewership is 229,000. We have Chris McGee as our host, along with Ali Clifton and Robert Ory and Eric Karros. They are asking if our nearest and dearest, Tony Gwynn Jr., will make a cameo, and I'll talk to Tony about that in a little bit. But this is going to be season 3. Can you believe it? So we couldn't have done it without you. And so I'm going to leave it now for questions. And Michelle will put the link to the website in the chat. All of us are available to you to navigate the site at any time. Just reach out to us. I'll just leave it and pause for anybody to make additional remarks for this rally.
Rita, first, the site just looks so great. I mean, honestly, really, really strong work. And thank you for taking this concept, even of our teams for the 500 club and making it happen so quick. You just have, it's a dangerous when you have a group that can just hear an idea and then make it happen, because so many ideas pop in people's heads. And so really good. One question: when you go to the site and you start you start folks to join a team, in terms of the board participation already on that, are we starting a new cycle year based on closing out a previous year? And for example, is that where we would also renew our commitment for the coming year on that same team site? Because I'm imagining that the board members that give money would want to see those dollars also on their go to their team profile.
Yes, I think that's exactly right. We want to go June to July 1, and we want to recognize the support that we received in June. So yes, we will do that, Scott. We do want to acknowledge and thank everybody that gave in June, and they are noted as this year's on the roster for the 500 Club. And everybody that gave in June up and through June or September 15th, we will be able to recognize you and your name during the run of show for Champions Unite. That's September 15th. So please, show your support and those that you invite to support, so that we can thank them during Champions Unite on September 21st. But the deadline is September 15th. Having said that, this is a fluid annual campaign. The idea is to give $500 each fiscal year, each year from June to June or July. We will have a reception on February 9th, hosted by the Sharp Innovation and Education Center. And all of our members of the 500 Club will be invited, and sponsors too. It will be combined with the regional board meeting. So mark February 9th on your calendar for a late afternoon, early evening reception. Again, this will be fluid. throughout the year, and we hope that people will give the same amount every year to secure their support and membership in the 500 Club.
I think, Rita, where Scott might be going is, do we need to transfer those over to our pages here, or do we need to redonate? Because it would look visibly more powerful if they saw, you know, hey, we've already put our 500 in as the leader of the team, as the
Yes.
team captain. So if we need to do something, if we need to redonate, that's fine. Or if they can be transferred over, I don't.
Yes,
I
I
don't
did
mind. Yeah.
right, I did inquire if it could be transferred over. It cannot.
Okay.
So
Then I'm gonna redonate just so I can sort of seed my my team. So you know, a lot of this is optics. So
well, I thank
so
you
yeah, I
for
think
that.
that's where
Thank you.
might be where Scott was going. So I'll do that. I'm doing it.
Thank
I'm
you.
doing it right now.
Awesome, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're at that 15-minute rally. Tony and Scott, your final words.
Well, for me, just thank you so much for pulling it together, and thank you everybody for joining us this morning. And you know, the challenge has been set, and I'm confident that we will rise to the occasion, and we'll make these zeros turn into lots of good dollars for our cause.
Tony, thank you, Scott.
Yeah, no, I concur. I think, first of all, yes, the site looks spectacular. And so, yeah, I appreciate everybody lending an ear today as we try to rally and get everything set up. But I agree with Scott. I think we're going to reach our goals, and it'll be another fantastic year. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Scott, for your vision, and Tony, and everybody here. I see some longtime tried and true supporters that we couldn't do any of this without you. So thank you so much.
Hey, Rita.
Yes.
Rita.
Dr. Welsh.
This is Mike
Yes.
Welch. Hey,
Yes.
just a comment. I know I'm not on the website. I haven't seen the website, but I know there are 9 players that make a team. But can you also allow a position for play-by-play radio announcer on the team that I can be on for my position? I mean, Tony Gwynn Jr. has done such a great job. I think we need that as our 10th position. Okay. All right. I went over your head.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
And I'm gonna start with doubling the batting average of Tony Gwynn Sr., which was 338. I'm gonna start with doubling that as my initial contribution and pledge, which I think turns out to be what, 776. So anyway.
Dr. Welsh. Dr. Welsh, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for introducing me and everyone to Tony Gwynn Jr. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you. And so with that, we'll accommodate whatever we can for you, Dr. Welsh, and thank you so much. And I
Okay.
guess you're joining Tony's team.
I don't know yet, but I just want to be the radio announcer. That's all I care about.
Okay. All right.
I have a radio announcer spot right next to me on my team, so come on.
Okay, I'm in it. That's me. Okay, great. Thanks.
Great
And
incentive
Rita,
there.
if you refresh your page, Rita, you'll see I'm already up. So
Awesome.
Okay.
Kevin, you're the best. Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we're good to go, but we're here for you. And thank you. Have a wonderful and safe long weekend. And I know that we'll be in touch. And I hope, Tony, I can either call you separately just for a couple more minutes. I'll give you a call.
That sounds good. Give me about 10 minutes and you can give me a call.
All righty. All right. And everyone, Scott, Kevin, Lisa, Dr. Welsh, have a great weekend. And we deeply appreciate you.
Okay, take care, guys.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.